Alright, welcome again. Welcome back for all those who have enjoyed my previous videos. This is a look at Childe and an overview. He is the new 5-star from the patch 1.1. Right now I have him at level 50. Need to ascend him. Gonna farm those later. So if you want to watch that video as well, it'll be posted later. For a weapon, I'm running Rust. For rapid firing, increase normal attack damage by 40%, but it decreases aimed shot damage by 10%. Since artifacts, I'm running 3 Berserker and 2 Martial Artists, so I get the 12% crit rate and the 15% normal and charge attack damage. I did get 2, so I have the first constellation, but we're going to take a look at all of them. For Foul Legacy, Tide Withholder. Decreases the cooldown of Foul Legacy Raging Tide by 20%. For Foul Legacy Understream, when opponents affected by Riptide are defeated, Childe regenerates 4 elemental energy. Abyssal Mayhem, Vortex of Turmoil, increases the level of Foul Legacy Raging Tide by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. Abyssal Mayhem, Hydrospout. If Childe is in Foul Legacy Raging Tide's melee stance, triggers Riptide Slash against opponents on the field affected by Riptide every 4 seconds. Otherwise triggers Riptide Flash. Riptide Slashes and Riptide Flashes triggered by this constellation effect are not subject to the time intervals that would typically apply to these 2 Riptide effects, nor do they have any effect on those time intervals. Okay. Havoc Formless Blade increases the level of Havoc Obliteration by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. Havoc Annihilation. When Havoc Obliteration is cast in melee stance, the cooldown of Foul Legacy Raging Tide is reset. This effect will only take place once Childe returns to his ranged stance. And that is all of his constellations. As far as talents go, we've got a normal attack. Perform up to 6 consecutive shots with a bow. Charged attack. Perform a more precise aimed shot with increased damage. With the Hydro, becomes Hydro damage, which we already know from previous archers. They're all the same. Riptide. Opponents affected by Riptide will suffer from AoE Hydro damage effects when attacked by Childe in various ways. Damage dealt in this way is considered normal attack damage. Riptide Flash, a fully charged aim shot that hits an opponent affected by Riptide, deals consecutive bouts of AoE damage, can occur once every 0.7 seconds. Riptide Burst, defeating an opponent affected by Riptide, creates a Hydro burst that inflicts the Riptide status on nearby opponents. Okay, so what this is saying is you want to do the charged attack, the charged bow attack, before going in doing anything else. Pretty much marking them. Fires off a shower of arrows in mid-air before falling and striking the ground, dealing AoE damage upon impact. When Childe is in Foul Legacy Raging Tide's melee stance, he cannot perform a plunging attack. So when he's in melee stance, no plunging attack can occur. Excuse me. Foul Legacy Raging Tides. Unleashes a set of weaponry made of pure water, dealing hydro damage to surrounding opponents and entering melee stance. In this stance, Childe's normal and charge attack change as follows. Normal. Perform up to 6 consecutive hydro strikes. Charged attack. Consumes a certain amount of stamina to unleash a cross slash, dealing hydro damage. Riptide slash. Hitting an opponent affected by Riptide with a melee attack unleashes a Riptide slash that deals AoE hydro damage. Damage dealt in this way is considered elemental skill damage and can only occur once every 1.5 seconds. After 30 seconds, or when the ability is unleashed again, this skill will end. Childe will return to his ranged stance, and this ability will enter cooldown. The longer Childe stays in melee stance, the longer the cooldown. If the return to a ranged stance occurs automatically after 30 seconds, the CD is even longer. He chose the bow as his weapon, precisely to overcome his weakness with it. But a serious fight demands that he gets serious. Ooh. Oh, I need to look at leveling up too. Oh, can't do that one until Genshin 3. Oh, I gotta get freedom books, huh? Nice. Alright, let's take a look at Havoc Obliteration. Performs different attacks based on what stance he is in when casting. Range stance. Flash of Havoc. Swiftly fires a hydro-imbued magic arrow dealing AoE hydro damage and applying the Riptide status. Returns a portion of the energy cost after use. In melee stance, he performs a slash with the large AoE dealing massive hydro damage to all surrounding opponents, which triggers Riptide Blast. Riptide Blast. When the obliterating water hits an opponent affected by Riptide, it clears the Riptide status and triggers a hydro explosion that deals AoE hydro damage. Damage dealt in this way is considered elemental burst damage. Rushing waters are rarely seen in his snowy homeland. Perhaps his ability to command water is due to his understanding of just how precious it is. Alright. This never ending extends Riptide duration by 8 seconds. But you gotta be max level to unlock it. Sword of Torrents. When Childe is in Foul Legacy melee stance, or if his normal and charge attacks do crit damage, they will apply Riptide status effect on the hit enemy. And Master of Weaponry increases your own party member's normal attack level by 1. So, this, I'm guessing. Huh. Alright. And under his profile, we got his story. Character details. The highest governing body of the Fatui, Childe still looks the part of the teenager that he is. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing, however, for under the cheerful and confident appearance lies a deadly swordsman. He is the youngest among the harbingers, but one of the most dangerous among their numbers. That said, Childe doesn't seem to fit in well with the others. As a fighter first and foremost, he is quite at odds with this organization of deceit and treachery. And his voiceover.
I'm number 11 of the Fatui Harbingers, codenamed Childe, but I also go by Tartaglia. And you? You two like to cause quite the stir, don't you? Something tells me we're going to get along splendidly. Morning, comrade. You're raring to go today, I see. You look well. What's your secret? Care to exchange notes? Oh, dinner was quite the feast. A spot of exercise is in order. Today was great. See you tomorrow, comrade. You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill. I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt. Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally. Ah, perfect weather for fishing. The sound of the rain scares them away, but once it stops, they're yours for the taking. Could it be snowing in Snezhnaya too? The world looks glorious in the snow. Pure white, like the light of the moon. A perfect backdrop for bloodshed. The wind is picking up. There is conflict in the air. Just look at that wind blow. The wind permeates all, cleansing both mind and body. Excellent. A warrior must always be ready to face any challenge with his blade. The outcome of the battle is irrelevant. What matters is that you learn from the experience. I'm sure the Harbingers must know of my dealings with you by now. Oh, I'd love to see the look on their faces. The skeletal white snowscape devours life without leaving any trace. It is the invisible enemy we fight against each day. I once ventured deep into the abyss and came face to face with an enormous beast. I don't know its name. All I know is the sight of it chilled me to the bone. But mark my words, one day I will march back in there and behead that beast. And you, comrade, will be my witness. Remember, comrade, one day I will conquer the world. Ice fishing and combat follow the same principle. Patience and decisiveness are key. Though, having said that, I suppose the same is true of everything in life. My pet peeves? Well, to be honest, I'm far too busy journeying with you and slaying powerful enemies to dwell on such trifling matters. There's plenty of delicious food to sink your teeth into in this world, and plenty of fights to sink your teeth into as well. Life is beautiful. Food is like weaponry. A true warrior never deliberates unduly over their choice of weapon, nor do they do so over the food they eat. Neither should you.
That's the damn truth.
Oh, I feel like I've gotten stronger. Now who shall I use as my guinea pig? A warrior's strength is like a dome. The bigger the dome, the more opponents he can challenge inside it. Who was it that said this again?
And that is a look at Childe. Here's my current details. 43.3% crit with a 72.4% crit damage. .2% high group bonus damage. Alright. Thank you for watching the video with the Childe. The next video will be over Diana. Hope to see you there.